Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since I made a walk and talk, and there's a lot going on in the world. I thought I would just talk about current events, but first, let me talk about the elephant in the room. This t-shirt. Hawaii Five-0 film crew. I get lots of questions about this, especially when I go to Costco. There's a lot of Hawaiian employees, or I don't know if they're Hawaiian, but from the islands or whatever. I get the question about this a lot. I actually got this at a thrift store when we were in Hawaii last time. I think we were visiting my daughter, I can't remember exactly. And I picked this up, and I'm a big fan of the old Hawaii Five-0 with Jack Lord in the 60s. Oh, it's so bad it's good. I mean, the acting. They used a lot of unprofessional locals, and that was great. And then, of course, even Dano is he's a seasoned actor, but I don't know. I felt I love to tune in. The scenery and the cityscape and the islands and the bad acting. So much fun. And then I think it was pre-COVID when my wife was having some issues. Could not get any food down for a long time after. I think it was triggered by an accident in the car. She got sideswiped on the freeway, and the car spun around a couple times, and she was okay, but I think she was startled, and this triggered something in her, and she had problem eating for a long time. I remember about that time, the new series Hawaii Five-0 was for free on it was probably Netflix, and we started watching it, and at first I didn't like it, but the more I watched it, the more I got hooked. And James Caan's son played, can't remember if his name was, no, I don't think his name was Dano. I don't think they tried to repeat the same characters, but it was so fun. We went through at least 3 seasons of that or something, kind of almost addicted to it, and then I ran out of gas and grew tired of it, and haven't watched it in about a couple of years. So maybe it's time to revisit. But the local characters and the side characters, they started to add some really fun characters. And so I guess this is the film crew of that series. I got a t-shirt in Hawaii out there or something. Thrift store. Equivalent of DI or something. Anyways, so on to the current events. Wow, hope the wind noise, kind of a windy day. It's October, what is it, 15th or 16th or something like that. And it's nice weather, it's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful autumns that we've had. It'll probably start to chill around Halloween time. We'll start to get cold again, but as a kid I remember trick-or-treating in the snow and not in the snow. In fact, even at Thanksgiving, going up to my relatives up in, I think they were in, what's it called? Up north of here. Oh, geez. I can't remember the name of the city. I'll think of it. But we would go up, and it would be weather like this, and play tag football. And so these people that talk about the changing climate, I'm thinking, not much has changed since I was a kid. We'd have early snows, late snows. We'd have sometimes almost no snow until Christmas or even after, and then most of the snow came in January, February. I've gone trick-or-treating in the snow. That's what weather does. It changes, and it comes in cycles. I remember playing tennis in outdoor in January or February. No, January, probably January, with my friend Chuck at school. So nothing to alarm about. Essentially, nothing's changed. I was watching a video the other day with Bill Maher, who's kind of coming around. His eyes are starting to open. He was talking to Elon Musk, saying, "Oh, the world doesn't have enough resources," and this and that. And Elon goes, "Yes, we do. We got plenty of resources in the world. It doesn't mean we have to be imprudent, and try to reduce, try to keep clean air and clean water. We all want that." So, anyways, that was one thing. Oh, and then just recently, just yesterday, this is the first time I've ever seen this. I saw a video of a choir of a bunch of people from Japan supporting Trump. I have a feeling the video was from Japan. I don't think they're in the States or traveling here, but from Japan, with all wearing a MAGA hat and singing patriotic songs in a tribute to Trump. And wow, the mainstream media in Japan is not quite as bad as here, but it's pretty one-sided, and it's like watching CNN. But if you get onto YouTube, there's plenty of like Christian YouTubers and religious YouTubers from Japan that get it and that are posting all the crazy things that the other side is trying to do in this country, and I think it's great. So that was an amazing thing to me. I've never seen that before for a previous president. Maybe it's happened, but maybe for John Kennedy, I don't know. But wow, I thought. And then another thing I want to talk about: Elon Musk, his rocket launching, and all the things doing. It's kind of a in your face to the government. His SpaceX. Did everyone see that rocket come back to Earth and set itself in the launching pad like it was an electric car driving itself back into the launching pad, not destroying the rocket? And it was almost like it was a thumb in the face of government waste, and just how the private sector can do so much more. The waste in government is ridiculous, and President Trump is former President Trump, soon to be president, I hope, is going to use Elon to reduce the waste in government. And I'm so excited. My heavens. So that's another thing. And then every day you click on the news or YouTube, and another prominent Democrat has jumped on the Trump train, and it elates me to no end. uh, Trump is not a traditional Republican, and these Democrats they're jumping over are the Democratic Party's gone too nuts for them. They're coming back to common sense, and the wheels are coming off Kamala's campaign, and polls are starting to show that. And I don't know if this YouTube probably doesn't like that I'm saying this, but I hope this isn't. It's not going to get another video pulled for the craziest things. That's funny. I haven't seen a video yesterday on YouTube with RFK Jr. being testifying in front of Congress. I think this is old. This is probably before he joined the Trump train. But he said, and they're trying to stifle his speech and cut his mic and not give him a chance to speak and defend himself from all this defamatory stuff. And he said, you know, how strange is this that the Senate Committee on to look at censorship is censoring people? This is the insanity of the new left. And the old, this used to be, the old Kennedy Democrats, this used to be one of their calling cards. Freedom of speech, protect the freedom of speech. So it's strange how the parties have changed, and how if there's any Kennedy Democrats left, they're quickly coming over to the Trump train, and it's very encouraging. I'm so hopeful for the future, and oh my heavens, I guess the betting or whatever, odds makers or whatever, when it comes to betting, not that I'm a gambler, but in Vegas or something like that, are heavily favoring Trump, and it's just a good sign. Oh man, did you see where Michael Moore even has jumped on the Trump train? Michael Moore of all people. Michael Moore, Joe Rogan. Oh, I say this video that I saw of Joe Rogan said I've never been a Trump supporter, and I never plan on being. I think this is an old video. But now he's talking about having him on his, interviewing on his channel, and he's trying to get the same interview with Kamala, and it would just, hopefully people are waking up, and and then, you know, some of the LDS influencers and people like Glenn Beck and Senator Mike Lee and everything saying, hey, they had like a fireside with President Trump, and they're saying, hey, LDS members, yeah, Trump's not, you know, he doesn't look like your bishop, your stake president, and you might have to, he didn't say this, but people used to say this, hold your nose while you vote for this person, but you've got to vote for Trump if you want to keep the Constitution is hanging by a thread, and that's, you know, a famous prophecy from our church leaders about what's going to happen in this country, and it's amazing and encouraging to me to see Christians of all stripes come together to fight the evil that's overtaking our country. It's nuts. So it's very encouraging. So anyways, a lot going on, and I think how leave it at that for now. If I think of anything else, I'll make another video on this walk. But thank you for listening, and yeah, if you have to, hold your nose. But Trump, hold your nose and vote. I happen to love Trump, but voted for him every time, and glad to vote for him again. I was thrilled about his presidency. I was never felt more secure as an American, like the President of the United States had my back. It's a great feeling. And so, anyways, I mean, this is one of the coming on this walk. I just noticed. I don't know why, but I was surrounded by 3 or more Kamala signs in my neighborhood recently, and only one of them's left. I don't know if they've had a change of heart or what the deal is, but at least a couple of them have come down. I don't know if it's temporary or what. And then in my house, I don't want to put up a Trump sign. I just, I'm just assuming that everybody doesn't have a sign up is voting. But my daughter said, we've got to put up an American flag, because she heard somewhere that this is discouraging to would-be intruders, because their assumption would be that we have a gun. And I don't know if that's true, but we recently put up an American flag, and it's our way of saying, we're Trump people, and without saying it so overtly. But yeah, it looks great. And we got the idea from. I didn't want to have a big flagpole in my front yard, but we saw a neighbor post one on his in front of his front door on the side wall on the brick that was not exposed to the elements. It looks so nice. So my daughter said, we got to do that, and say, push me. Not that I was against it, it's just that I didn't know how to connect it all, and I didn't know how I was going to secure it, and blah, blah, blah. And after several weeks of prodding from my wife and my wife, who has recently become a U.S. citizen, and my daughter, after weeks of prodding, I gave in and I did it, and this looks great. I'll see if I can post a picture of that later. But anyways, thank you for listening, and happy trails. I think the future is looking bright, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.